What's up, y'all? It's Daniel the Shoemmelier. Tomorrow, Saturday, May 25th, finally sees the release of the Travis Scott and Nike Air Jordan 1 Low Canary colorway, retailing for 150 US American dollars. Now, if you've been keeping track of sneaker Twitter or sneaker social media, or you're just someone with a lot of vested interest in the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Lows, you know that the drop date has shifted. It was supposed to be around the same time the Space Jam Low 11s were coming out, and then they pushed it back. And then they said, no, it'll be this day. And then they said, no, wait, we're going to push it back. And then they turned around and said, no, wait, just kidding. And Sneakers has released information, as well as some of your various favorite sneaker boutiques, about how they are handling the raffles for this Travis Scott and Air Jordan 1 Low. And I really wanted to do a video similar to the ones I've done over the last few weeks, a rock stock flip or skip type video. And this is somewhat related to this. When you look at this Travis Scott, or when you think about Travis Scott, or if you care one way or the other, I'd be curious what people's thoughts are, what the temperature is on this particular model, this particular shoe. It is a colorway that we have not seen outside of an Air Max-ish. This is a colorway that has more of a story than maybe the majority of Travis Scott's collaborations. I think you have to go back to, and again, I'm not a Travis Scott stan, so somebody can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. I think you have to go back to the Jordan 4 Houston Oilers to find something that is a little bit more rooted in a story. Obviously, people don't care. Some people just love that Travis Scott's name on it. It's similar to Yeezy, like, oh yeah, this one's the Kanye, or it looks just like the Kanye would, but it's just a slight, whatever. This colorway intrigues me because it's different. It's not olive, it's not brown, it's not black, it's not rooted in some sort of earth tones. Yes, it is very much a bright shoe, and it has a story. Again, it's related to his high school, Elkins High School in Fort Bend ISD outside of Houston, in Zero's hometown of Missouri City. It's yellow and blue and gray. The yellow in real life is more muted than you think it is. The toe box, the panels, the midsole are more gray than I think you think it is. Also, there seems to be 4 different shades of yellow on this shoe. You have the leather, you have your laces, you have your tongue, and then you have your sock liner. Chances are they're all the same yellow, but because we're dealing with 4 different materials, the yellow just looks different. It's like when you do something all black, like my t-shirt's black, my pants are black, my socks are black, my belt's black, my shoe's black, but the blacks just don't match. Different materials, different, I don't know, even if they're all brand new. But regardless, I want to do a whole video. I was going to go to whatever shoe store was going to release this on Saturday and find out, were you going to rock, were you going to stock, were you going to flip, were you going to skip? And in fact, I've already recorded a video and I finished it and I said, I don't like it. And I'll tell you why, because the video took a hard right turn. And I decided, why not just focus on that? Yes, flip, skip, rock, stock, whatever. I will tell you that the minute I saw this shoe was coming out, and the moment I knew that this shoe was coming into my possession, all I said was, I hope somebody will buy this or trade it for me for some variation of, and I want the Air Jordan 3 J Balvin Rio colorway. This to me is one of the first shoes that I looked at and said, trade bait, instantly. I saw this as a commodity. I saw this as money. I saw this as a gateway to something else that I would much rather have. And that's okay, I think, for people to think that way, especially if you're into something, right? Like, if I don't do trading cards, and maybe I used to as a kid. When I was a little kid, baseball cards were a huge deal. And you could be like, well, I already have this Dave Winfield card because I have this, but so-and-so likes Dave Winfield and he has that Jose Canseco card that I really want. So the idea of trading, the idea of getting something so that you can get something else, this is not new. It's not new to sneakers. I think we've just seen the explosion of capitalism / commodities / greed, I don't know, when it comes to sneakers ever since the pandemic. And at least here in America, I don't think it's foolish and out of line to trace a lot of growth of sneaker culture as a commodity than to the pandemic and getting all this money, right? I guess it came out during both administrations, so it's unfair to call it one or the other. It was the PPP loans, right? It was the stimulus checks, right? Man, prices shot up. The Last Dance had just come out. Everyone was on board with Jordans. Travis Scott was going crazy with Dunks, and now we're in Jordan 1 lows and all that other stuff. And so now we're at a point where people maybe don't have as much money, due to corporate greedflation, because that's what it is. Do your research, folks. There's a reason why Target and McDonald's have decided to lower their prices. Regardless, I see this shoe, and I think I can maybe name no more than 2 or 3 shoes that I have gotten in hand with the explicit purpose of using them as trade bait or for financial gain. And the 2 I can think of off the top of my head are both collaborations with the same guy. It's not, if you're a fan of the channel or if you've watched any of my videos, you know I'm not a Travis Scott fan. Like, I like the album Astroworld. It's fine. It's cool. It's got some bangers. But I've listened to his latest album. It's like, okay, that's cool. I'm probably definitely not my demographic, age-wise, culture-wise, where I am in life. Travis Scott's just not my jam. I don't care. Kendrick Lamar, all about it. Travis Scott, Drake, I don't really care. So maybe that clouds a lot of my judgment on these sneakers. But, you know, I look at it and I'm like, this is a cool shoe. If the colorway was cooler, would I wear it? Absolutely. Fantastic. I would wear the Phantom. I would wear the Fragment, but only because of the Fragment, not necessarily the Travis Scott aspect. I like the reverse mochas, but I think just on principle alone, I just can't, I don't know what it is, right? Like, I didn't mind trading or selling 7 or 8 pairs of Yeezys back in the day so that I could get a Union Jordan 1. In fact, I probably sold 15 to 16 pairs, 15 or 16 pairs of Yeezys to acquire both of those Jordan 1s. I think that's great. Would I do the same for a Fragment? I don't know. Would I do the same for a reverse mocha? Probably not. Would I do it for a Phantom? Maybe. I would. I almost did a trade, and it would have been awesome. I would have gotten the Phantoms, and I would have used the Air Jordan 4 Travis Scotts. Now that's a trade I would do because I like both of those shoes. Oilers fan from as far as I can remember. Of course, they don't exist anymore. But I think the point that I made in that last video that made me really rethink about it is, you know, we've reached long since, and this is a broken record. I'm not going to go too many details. Look, resellers are here. They're here to stay. Sneaker resellers. Reselling is not a new thing. Reselling didn't just start during the pandemic, right? But I think that we are definitely seeing an influx, an increase in resellers who are strictly in it for the financial gain of it. They don't. To them, this is PS5s. This is Stanley Cups. This is Beanie Babies, right? There are people that resell and that they're in the culture, right? They love sneakers. I am not a reseller, but I have resold shoes. I literally talked about it just a few minutes ago on this video. I don't pretend to be the most well-researched and well-knowledgeable person about sneakers from the beginning of time. It's just not me. I know a lot about sneakers because I came up through sneakers in the 80s. I was there ish. We'll just say like the Jordan 3 and 4 is when I became more cognizant of sneakers. From then on, Timberlands, all right? Like Adidas, like Keds, K-Swiss, Reebok, like the Pump, like all these things I lived through. So I know about that stuff. I don't have an encyclopedia. What is that word? Geez. An encyclopedia. I don't have a knowledge like an encyclopedia, like old Amado, who can rip off anything. And by rip off, I mean like just rip on the rip. Anything about any Adidas that you can probably think about. And that's great. I wish I could do that. I just can't. I'm not like Dr. Greg Grovey or Colin Teagle here, who just have the wealth of experience and knowledge when it comes to Air Force Ones. It's not my thing, but I know a lot about sneakers. And I've sold sneakers, and I've traded sneakers, and I will do that. And I love it when I deal with a reseller who also understands that, has a knowledge of it, and is working to obtain that. But I don't know, I get this like sick feeling because this is the second shoe in a month-ish that I've looked at, and it's all I see are dollar signs, or all I see is this is something that's going to get me what I really want. And I know that's not a bad thing, but I feel bad because I love shoes. I love sneakers. They're so great. I love the artistry. I love the storytelling. I love obscure stuff. I love general release. I love hype stuff. I love stuff that some people don't care about. Like, one of my favorite shoes is this Bart Simpson Dunk. I grew up on The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. My sense of humor is shaped entirely by comedies and television and movies of the 80s. Any of the Zucker brothers, A Naked Gun, Airplane, The Simpsons, Married with Children, Weird Science, The Goonies, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, all those things, right? Nostalgia, right? I love shoes. And I think it just bothers me that all I see is this, when I look at the shoe, is, okay, I want the one I really want. And I guess it's okay, right? Like when I look at this shoe, this is a flip. Not rock, not stock, definitely not skip. This is a flip because I want to get the shoe that I really want, which is the Jordan 3 Rio, which right now is trading or selling for less than this particular shoe is as of right now. I have it on good authority, and by that I mean it just my reseller friends who do this, who think that the Rios will come down to earth a lot quicker. And this may just keep increasing, especially because if the numbers are to believe, this may be as rare as the Jumpman Jordans. Not really sure. So maybe I should just sit on this. Maybe I should stock this to then flip it later. I don't know. What do you think? First of all, is this a rock? Is this a stock? Is this a flip, or is this a skip? That's the basic question. That's why this channel is in the playlist that it is. What is that? I have answered it. This is going to be a flip for me at some point. So maybe a stock for a few days, a few weeks, not really sure, but a flip. But I think the underlying question that I have for you out there, regardless of where you are in sneakers, you could be just in, you could be in the middle, you could be an old head. You could be someone that came on board because of the pandemic. You could be someone that's only into sneakers because of the monetary value that it brings to you. Like, I don't sneaker shame. I'm trying not to sneaker shame. And I don't want to shame anybody who has found a way to make themselves money. I make money doing ridiculous things. I write band music, all right? I don't think it sounds any more ridiculous than someone going like, I sell shoes for a living. What do you mean you sell shoes? Like you work in a shoe store? Oh, no. I flip them. You know what? In this capitalistic society, whatever gets you yours, go for it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. But I'd be curious, is it bad? Is it bad that I look at this particular shoe, that I looked at the Jumpman Jordan, and I didn't say, can't wait to wear that. Can't wait to put a fit together for that shoe. Good job, Travis Scott and Nike. I looked at these shoes and I said, what can you get me that I really want? What can you do for me? And I don't ask that of shoes. I look at those Bart Simpson Dunks and I said, I'm going to wear those to the ground. I have them on my wish list to get another fresh pair when these inevitably go down. My Adidas Harlems, I'm about to just destroy those shoes and order another pair off of resale because I love those shoes so much. I wear them so much. But this is a commodity. And I don't know how I feel about it because this is two shoes in the last month, both by Travis Scott. Well, both with Travis Scott's name on it. That I look at it and what are you going to get me? The Jumpman Jordans got me the Medellin Sunset. More than likely, these are going to get me the Rios. So, what do you think? What do you think about that? This isn't meant to be like a diatribe or a case study or a thought experiment or anything on the state of sneaker culture, on Travis Scott, on resellers or anything like that. But at the end of the day, if I'm doing a series of videos asking if you're going to rock a shoe, stock a shoe, flip a shoe, or skip a shoe, inevitably, if you're going to flip them, then the sub question becomes, well, why? And for what purpose? And there's no wrong answer. And I'm not here to judge. Nobody should care my opinion on why you sold the shoe. I would sell this shoe because I want to get the shoes I really want. Some people would sell the shoe because that's how they make money. Neither one's right. Neither one's wrong. Whatever fits you, fits you. So it's more than just rock, stock, flip, or skip, isn't it? Let's talk about the comment section down below. Rock, stock, flip, or skip. And I don't know, is it okay? Is that the right question? It's not wrong. It's not wrong to look at a shoe as a commodity. But is it wrong? That's not the question. It's just wrong. I feel wrong. But I know it's not. But I feel like it is. Let's talk about it in the comment section down below. So to all of you out there, wherever you are, thanks for watching. Stay tuned and just chill. Till the next episode.